Hello and welcome back to another video. If you're new to this series, let me tell you how it works. I listen to albums throughout the week, some new albums, some older albums, and I pick the ones I want to give my opinion on and review them in this video. Remember, my opinion is mine and mine know that you may have a different take, so don't take anything I say too serious. So now let's head on to the first album of today's video. To start off, we have Friday Night Lights by J. Cole. Backstory of the album. This mixtape has songs that were supposed to be on his debut album, but did not make it due to the label thinking that they would not sell. He also added some freestyle to them to help them out some more. Info from Wikipedia and Genius.com. Review. To start off, we have the cover, which is a picture of who I will assume is J. Cole with a basketball in between his legs. This cover goes well with who J. Cole is and his love for basketball. Now we have the album. Let's start off with the beats. The album, aka mixtape, had similar type beat across most of the songs, and most songs were good with the vocals matching and a very well. Like vocals went along very well. With the lyrics, he also managed to keep up with his amazing flow, and which was very nice. Then we have the features of this album, and then we have the features the album had, and I do think that the Drake feature was the best one from the entire project. Overall, this was a great mixtape with fire beats all around, keeping up with his amazing flow and great lyrics. And my standout songs are Higher, In the Morning, Cost Me a Lot, Love Me Not, and SeaWorld. Up next, we have Cold World, The Sideline Story by J. Cole. Backstory of the album. After so many mixtapes, J. Cole would finally drop his debut album in September of 2011. Also, he gave the reason for adding the Sideline Story to the album name is due to him being signed to Jay-Z label, which felt like being on the sideline of your favorite basketball team. Info from Wikipedia and Genius.com. Review. Let's start off with the cover. From the looks of it, we can tell that he's inside of a locker room, which makes sense as he may be keeping the basketball-related covers, as all the mixtapes before this one had that were basketball-related. All the covers before this one were related to something with basketball. If that's what he was going for, this cover gets a pass from me. Now, onto the album. For a debut album, this was amazing, and his best work so far. Beats were good and ranged from good beats all the way up to heavenly beats. Lyrics were also great, especially with the songs that were giving off a lesson to a lesson to the listener. Vocals sounded great, and flow was even nicer throughout the entire album. Then the album had many features from Missy Elliott, Jay-Z, Drake, and some others. I will say that even though Missy Elliott did have a great feature and did very well on her verse and song, I do believe Jay did much better than her. Overall, the debut of J. Cole, it was the debut. Overall, for a debut of J. Cole, it was a great way to start off his album career and something that would later solidify him on the rapping scene forever. Most features did super well on their verses and did enough to do good, but not overshadow J. Cole himself. Lastly, my standout songs are Can't Get Enough, Lights Please, Cold World, Never Told, and Workout. Up next is Laugh Now, Cry Later by The Ice Cube. Why did I say The Ice Cube? I meant just Ice Cube. Backstory of the album. This album would have many West Coast collaborations, and it would also touch on the subject of the NWA and also the death of Eazy-E. Info from Wikipedia and Genius.com. Review. To start off, we have the cover. From the looks of it, it's a nice cover of a faint image of Ice Cube's face over the city of Los Angeles. I also have to say I love the color, and it goes very nice with the album as he did touch on the topic of West Coast rap, so this cover passes. Now we have the album itself. The beats and production are up to Ice Cube's quality, and it was great all around, with the bonus song Pockets Stay Fat being the only song to have a poor beat to it. Lyrics-wise, it faced the same thing. All the lyrics are good except for one song, and You Got a Lot of That. Ice Cube's verse was fine, but Snoop's verse was not okay. It was not it. Speaking of Snoop, this album had many features, and they all did their part except for Snoop on the previously mentioned song. And I will say that the two best features came from the same song, and the song's name was Go to Church. I do feel that Lil Jon and Snoop Dogg did amazing on the song, and I do think that this song was the best song from the entire project for me. Overall, this is a great album and a highly ranked project in the lineup of Ice Cube albums for me. Lastly, my standout songs are Go to Church and Holla at Your Boy. Up next, we have Raw Footage by Ice Cube. Backstory of the album. I wasn't able to find any information about this album online. The websites I used to try and find information were Wikipedia, Genius.com, and Apple Music. Review. To start off, we have the cover, and it's a close-up of Ice Cube's face with a black and white filter on it. It's an okay album cover. Now we have the album itself. The beats across the album went from fast to a more slowed down and calmer album towards the end of it to finish off the album. Lyrics were also good, but on some songs did fall apart and the beats did overshadow the lyrics at times. Flow and pace was good on all songs, so no complaints there. Overall, this was an okay album where the beats and production work was good, but everything else did fall apart in certain areas. And my only standout song was Shack in the Box. Up next, we have Beloved Paradise, that's by McKinley Dixon. Backstory of the album. This album have tributes to his friend and a song that would also be dedicated to his father. Information from Wikipedia and Genius.com. Review. To start off the cover is a very nice drawing with simple colors that have shown from the looks of it to be blowing smoke and also have a halo over their head. This is a nice cover and it passes for real. Next, we have the beats and production. It was a nice common album to listen to with amazing jazz beats. Vocals were also very good throughout the entire album. Features were also very good, but I do have to say that the Celine Hayes had the best verse, the best feature from all the other features in this album. And overall, this was a very nicely produced album with great jazz beats and amazing lyrics, and all vocals were amazing throughout the entire album. And this is definitely another album that I do say you have to listen to at least once in your life. Lastly, my standout song was Tyler Forever. Up next, we have Magic Alive by McKinley Dixon. Backstory of the album. This album would continue similar topics as his last couple of albums of dealing with the death of a friend and trying to find a way to deal with it and not end up in mortality. Websites used were Genius.com, Apple Music, and Wikipedia. Review. Let's talk about the cover art. As usual for McKinley Dixon, it's another drawn cover which looks very nicely done. It also does have what looks to be a spirit in the middle of a halo, which I want to assume is his friend. Cover art is amazing and it for sure passes. Now the album. The beats and production were amazing and some of my favorite from his entire from some of my favorite from his entire album catalog on Apple Music. It had loud beats, it also had calm beats, which was a nice mix, and they were put in good parts of the album, so they didn't go from super upbeat and loud to a calm down song. Flow and lyric wise, I will say was some of his best work, and he went crazy on this project and was spitting bars throughout the entire thing. Our vocals were also some of his better work in this project. This album is for sure my favorite album by him, and I'm so ready to see what he comes out with going forward. Overall, this was an amazing project by him, and it had some of his best work compared to his other albums, and for sure my favorite album by McKinley Dixon. And yeah, lastly, my standout songs are Sugar Water, FFOL, Listen Gentle, and Could Have Been Different. Up next, we have The Romantic by Bruno Mars. Backstory. Backstory of this album. As far back as in December of 2023, according to Hits and the Las Vegas magazine, it was reported that Bruno was working on an album and it was near completion, and that he was also working on the album with Brody Brown, Philip Lawrence, and James Fontley. He was also working with Live Nation Entertainment for a tour in 2025 for the album, but he would fail to show up with the new album, and instead we would finally get the album in February of 2026, making this his first solo album since 2016, aka 10 years. 10 years. What do you mean it's been 10 years since 2016? You're making me feel old. Anyways, review. To start off with the cover, we have a very nicely drawn cover of Bruno Mars with a beautiful flower frame around him, and it goes well with the romantic vibe that he was going for. To start off, it was a solid album. I do not think this was his best project, but it wasn't that bad. Beats had you feeling like you're about to start dancing, had some bachata type beat to it, and they worked very well with the pace and with the pace that Bruno was singing with. Um, I lost where I was reading. Hold up. With the pace Bruno was singing with. I will say that for the songs Why You Wanna Fight and On My Soul, the lyrics did not land at all, and these two songs are for sure the weakest songs from the entire album. Vocals, he sounded amazing and definitely did have more, and definitely was going for a more calm vibe, which landed very, very well and works very well with the romance feel that he was going for. Overall, this was a great Bruno Mars album, but definitely not better some of his other projects. This album did have its weak points, and for how short this album is, having weak points is not that good. And like I said, it was still a great project, not his best project. Definitely, this project for sure goes into its bottom two, bottom three albums. I don't remember how many albums Bruno has, but bottom two, bottom three. This album was not it, and it wasn't bad at all, but it just wasn't. It did not land, especially after a 10-year wait for a solo album. didn't land. And my standout songs are Sha Sha Sha, I Just Might, and Dance With Me. Up next, we have Be Very Afraid Volume 1 by Chase B. Backstory of the album. As posted on his Instagram story, Chase B said this would not be a traditional album and more of a curation of sounds and people that he thinks are dope. Info from Chase B's Instagram account, because I got to see it on his story. I got a screenshot of it as well. I, I don't know if I put it in the video or not. I don't know. Review. Let's talk about the cover. I have no idea what the hell I'm looking at, but it fits the title Be Very Afraid very well, so it passes. For a debut album, I guess in quotations, as he did say it was more of a mixtape instead of an album, it was great beats and production throughout the album, and it was a very amazing. The features from his fellow Jackboy guys was very nice, and the other people who weren't part of Jackboy, so it was still nice to hear them as well. Vocals were also heavenly and as well, and loved them. What? Vocals are also heavenly as oh, I typo. Vocals are also heavenly as hell and love them very much. There were also many songs on the commerce side that were amazing and had some heavenly beats to them. Then we had beats like on the song CO Glow, which were like the only way to describe this type of feel was it felt nice. A very, very nice and easy listen to it. All the features ate, but the song that stood out to me the most, I mean, not the song, the feature that stood out to me the most was Sway Lee. He definitely was the best feature throughout this entire project. Overall, this was an amazing project by Chase B, and whenever he is ready to drop a proper album, I know he will do great things, and definitely a project everyone should visit at least once in their lifespan. Lastly, my standout songs are Satellite, Facts, 365, Off at 7, Street Sweeper, Ring Ring, and Indie. Before we continue, I want to say a quick thank you to the partner of the channel, Medkit Mystery Boxes. If you don't know who they are, let me tell you. Medkit Mystery Boxes are gaming-related mystery boxes that you can get on a month-to-month subscription or a one-time purchase if you want to try it for a month or gift it to someone else. They have all types of boxes for the PS4, PS5, and Xbox consoles, Nintendo Switch, and even PC. You can receive gaming accessories to help improve your gaming experience, gaming-related items to decorate your room, and even goodies to try at home like chips, candy, and even G Fuel packets to try at home. If you are interested in trying them out, make sure to use my affiliate link or use code TrainDavid when checking out for a discount and to support the channel. Anyways, let's head back to the video. And now it's time for everyone's favorite part of these videos. Standout albums of the week. And who will be getting the first standout? Actually, no. Something I've realized I don't do is I don't explain what the segment is. Pretty much for standout albums of the week is I picked 2 albums that I really enjoyed that week, and I think the 2 albums that get selected for standout album of the week are the 2 albums that you have to go listen to after watching this video. That is your homework. These are the 2 albums that I think are the best 2 albums that I heard this week. Usually there are a lot of usually multiple different albums get nominated outside the just 2, but I only mentioned the 2 that actually became the standout albums. Anyways, let's head on to the first standout album of the week goes to Magic Alive by McKinley Dixon. Like I said, I really enjoyed this album. I really liked this album. It was great. It was amazing. One of his best works. I do think this is definitely his best project. I can't wait to see what he does moving forward. This album was released last year, 2025, if I remember correctly. So, maybe we can get an album later this year. Maybe next year, we'll figure it out. But this was a great album, great listen, something you have to go listen to after this video. And your second standout album of the week goes to Be Very Afraid by Chase B. So even though it was a mixtape, it was a collaboration, I really did like it. I really did enjoy it. For some reason online, people are hating on it a lot. People just love to hate. People just love to be haters. This album was amazing. It was incredible. Of course, it did have the repeated songs that we've seen and heard before, but it's nothing bad. It was very good. And, ultimately, it was a great album. I really enjoyed it. It was amazing. When I finished hearing it, I immediately went to go see if he had it for purchase on vinyl. He doesn't, but because it is a mixtape, and most people don't release vinyls for mixtapes, which is fine, whatever. But yeah, this is a very good album as well. And now it's time for my favorite part of these videos. It's Yap time. There's only one main thing. It's the whole Iran situation. Like, yeah, I'm gonna be seeing you on the front lines for real. This is not looking good. Cause the thing is, I stayed up very late last night watching videos, Yeah, dude, I was like, here, let me check out Instagram before I go to sleep. I saw that entire shit unfold, gang. This fucking orange is taking us to war. This orange, dude, I don't know what's in the Epstein files, but that man is doing everything to stop it, bro. Then Israel's got my show code. Look, I get it. I get it. Iran's gonna make nuclear weapons. Wants me to get nuclear weapons. Yada, yada, yada. I get that. But dragging us into war when you said, no new wars, I'm the president of peace. Yeah, go suck a dick, you big, fat, ugly ass bitch. Then keeping up with your stupid ass eyes straight, stupid motherfucker. Ain't no one like your bitch ass. All your fucking supporters are brainwashed motherfuckers. No one likes you. No one does. And to all your followers, they're also brain dead, stupid, stupid, stupid people who will one day realize that they were very stupid. And when their grandkids ask them what side of history they were on, they will be ashamed of what side of history they were on. Because you want to know what? You want to know what this country is failing. And if in November Trump isn't impeached, it's over. The end of the United States will indeed happen.